Hi, just a quick video today taking a close look at our quilted fabric range. This is just a small selection of the fabrics we have in this collection, but we're going to be digging into the details of the fabrics, chatting about the properties and also the projects they can be used for, which are jackets right the way through to bag making. Hi, it's Charles and Empress Mills here with some of our quilted fabrics today. As I mentioned before, this is just a small selection of the range that's available. These are some new arrivals. We've got metallics and then some heart quilted options in front of me. But the range is quite extensive. We've got all sorts, classic cross hatches, different shades, satin finishes, all sorts in the range. So do explore the collection from that point of view. But I just wanted to dig into the detail of the quilted range today. It can be used from jackets through to bag making. So I just wanted to chat about the properties as we got lots of questions about it as I popped some smaller videos over on Instagram and YouTube Shorts recently. So first things first, what are we talking about with the quilted fabric? Well, all our quilted fabrics feature an outer layer and then an inner layer. The outer layer itself provides some light shower protection, and it is quite a nice resilient fabric too, lovely and soft as well. And then the inner fabric is a lining fabric, and I've got to point this out because it's a crucial thing with these fabrics. I source them particularly because the inside of the fabric, this lined option, is in fact I was going to say almost, it is finished to the same quality as the front, so you could almost use the back of the fabric as the front face if you wanted to. To me, that's just a sign of how much of lovely quality material it is, and also makes it fantastic for use at home, obviously, because it means that you don't necessarily have to line the garments that you're making. You can if you want, but you certainly don't have to because of how well it is finished on the inside. Sandwiched between those two layers, so the outer layer and that inner layer, is a thermal poly wadding. Now, what does that do? Naturally, it adds some warmth to the fabric, but it's also adding, getting tongue twisted here, but it's also adding body and structure to the fabric. So you can see it's just got that nice touch of natural body and structure to it. The bonus of it being a poly wadding, and it's quite a fine wadding, is that it's not actually adding that much weight to the fabric. So you can end up with quite a nice fitted jacket, for example, and it's not going to be heavy. When we get on to bag making a little bit later, in a few moments, the beauty of that being it doesn't add masses of weight to your bag. So again, you can make a nice structured bag without it adding huge amounts of weight. Always a bonus. And that's it really. That's the crucial elements. You've got this outer layer, you've got this fantastically finished inner layer, and then you've got this thermal finish. To dig into the rest of these fabrics in a little bit more detail, or these new ones, should I say, more detail, we've got online all sorts of different ones, as I mentioned, crosshatch finishes and things. But just take a peek at this one, since we've got them out. It's got this wonderful heart finish. It's a multi-sized heart, sort of larger options, and then this smaller heart, all just skimming each other to give a fully quilted finish. It's just a nice different take on a classic quilted fabric. And then we've got these wonderful sparkling metallics, and I must just show you one of these because, again, it just shows you that fantastic finish on the inside. I think it's this one. Just look. Oops. Just look at that funky finish on the inside. So it's a crosshatch quilted finish on this altogether, but they've used a funky thread. They've got this, it's almost a fluorescent green thread, fluorescent green or yellow thread. And it just, as I say, just look at that for the lining. It looks as cool and as trendy as the outer fabric itself. So again, just something to bear in mind when you're making your projects. That lining is as good as the outer fabric almost. In terms of projects, naturally, these are absolutely ideal for jackets. It's what they're created for from the manufacturer's point of view. They're wonderful for that. They'll give you a nice warm jacket. It won't be too thick. And as I mentioned earlier, it will be quite nice and lightweight too. The other use is, of course, for bag making. Hugely popular quilted bags at the moment, as I'm sure you will know more than me. But that is actually why I was asked to source. I had some emails in asking me to source the metallic options in these quilted options. Why I was asked to source those, because people wanted to make bags out of it specifically. So I got onto the manufacturer that we'd used for a while for the other quilted options that we already stocked, and we've managed to add these, which is wonderful. Why are they good for bags? Well, to be honest, for a lot of the reasons that they are good for jackets. They've got that resilient outer layer that does offer some shower protection as well. So fantastic for a bag. It's not going to, well, it might get a bit mucky, but you can always wipe it clean. Super easy. That lining fabric on the inside means that your bag is instantly lined, so it doesn't need additional lining. Always a bonus. And the wadding, now of course it does add some thermal elements from a jacket point of view. We don't need that for a bag. What we do need is the body and structure that wadding adds. So that extra body and structure that you get with this fabric will naturally help a bag just have that little bit more about it almost. But of course, with it being a lightweight fabric, you're not adding masses of weight. So your bag, even larger totes like this, isn't just naturally heavy just because of the size of it and the weight of the fabric, but it can still have that structure and body because of the quilted fabric finish. Now, full disclosure, this bag we bought. Before we stocked quilted fabrics, my wife Victoria bought this bag because they're all on trend, let's say, which is beyond me fashion, I have to be totally honest. But Victoria bought this bag, and it is just an absolute prime example of a quilted finish bag, a larger tote, not that heavy, but just having that little bit more about it, that little bit more substance. But you don't have to just create larger totes. It would be perfect. I know this isn't finished in it, but it would be perfect in smaller clutches. I'm not going to mention the name of the fashion brand that makes quilted fabric bags, clutch bags, but again, they are super popular. As I've done more Googling, as I say, I'm not the most on-trend sort of guy, but as I've done more Googling around it, you do see them absolutely everywhere. And these fabrics are absolutely perfect for creating something that size. And again, just to go back to it, that's because while you're getting that body, that structure, that lovely aesthetic of a quilted finish, you're not adding masses of thickness, and you're also not adding masses of weight. So perfect for larger totes through to smaller clutch bag options. And that's it really. I've mentioned earlier, we've got a massive range online. I think there's 40 or 50 on at the moment. So this is just a small selection. We've got these in the new in this new heart quilt, and we've got these metallics. But there's plenty to explore online. And of course, if you've got any questions at all, please do get in touch. We're here to help. You can message us through the website, leave a comment underneath the video, or of course, don't hesitate to call us, and either me or one of the wonderful Empress team would be absolutely delighted to assist with any questions at all. One more thing before we go, if you would like and subscribe to our channel, we would be massively appreciative of that. It means you get updates as we post new videos. We cover all sorts, from the very latest quilt fabrics right the way through to fashion fabrics and more, haberdashery items for example, absolutely all sorts. So you'll get those updates, and it does give us a little kick as well. I know that's sad, but it gives us a little kick as well to know that people are watching. I hope all that's been of use. As I say, contact us if you've got any queries, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Bye for now.